What if an app could tell you how long before you die? Would you want to know?
All we need to do is beat the clock by 1 second. We'll pursue you.
Come with me.
At the beginning of the movie, we see a group of friends at a party. They are talking about a diet app when Allie mistakenly finds an app called Countdown instead, and it could tell them when exactly they are going to die. They all decide that they will download this app, and whoever is going to die first has to finish all the drinks on the table. Now everyone gets enough years to die. But Courtney's app shows that she only has 3 hours to live. They all take it as a joke, and then her boyfriend Evan comes there and they also tell him about the app. They then ask her to drink as she lost, but Evan drinks all the drinks instead. Later, Courtney tells Evan that he can't drive as he is drunk, and asks him to just walk to her house. Evan feels that he is worried because of the app, but Courtney gets out of the car and starts walking alone. Evan requests her to get in the car, but when she does not listen to him, he leaves there, and only then she receives a notification stating she has broken the user agreement. Then on going a little further, she sees a silhouette, and only then a notification on her phone shows that she has only 2 minutes left. After this, Courtney comes to her house and strange sounds start coming from her phone, so she turns it off. She then feels as if someone is in her bathroom, and then she is attacked by an unseen entity that kills as her timer reaches 0. At the same time, Evan crashes his car and a tree branch impales the seat where Courtney would have been sitting. We then see Quinn, who works as an intern in a hospital. Evan is also admitted to the same hospital. He shows her that app on his phone and tells that it tells you when you are going to die. He also tells her about Courtney who died according to the timer on her app. And now this app is saying that he is going to die during his surgery. But Quinn tells him that this app is fake and is just to scare people. We then see that Quinn has passed the test and now she is officially a nurse. Later, she tells her team about that app, and everyone has different views about that. Now in the group, Quinn has a message to download that app and she downloads it out of curiosity, only for it to claim that she has only 2 days left to live. She then goes to her parents' home to collect some documents, where she meets her sister Jordan and her dad, who asks her if she has time on Saturday, as they going to lay some fresh flowers up on her mom's grave. Courtney agrees to this and then she leaves there. Meanwhile, Evan is worried about his surgery because he has only 3 minutes left. He skips his surgery and is informed he has violated the user agreement. He tries escaping the hospital, but sees an entity in the corridor, fearing which he tries to flee. He is then confronted by an apparition of Courtney, before being killed by the entity as his timer reaches 0. Now the next day when Quinn comes to the hospital, she comes to know about Evan's death, and she gets worried hearing this. She goes to his room to check his phone but finds that it's locked. She then goes to the morgue to unlock it and gets panicked to see that the timer is over. Now concerned that she will die the next day, she calls her dad and declines to go out with her family. Later, the app informs her that she has violated the user agreement and she notices that entity in a room, which disappears the next moment. Shortly afterward, her boss Dr. Sullivan sexually harasses her, but Quinn stops him from doing so and pushes him back. She then goes to the senior nurse Amy to talk about this, but Dr. Sullivan takes her with him to check on a patient. When Quinn researches the app, she finds that similar deaths have supposedly occurred involving other users, but the public generally considers them to be fake. Only then Evan's ghost haunts her, fearing that she breaks her phone and leaves the house. She spends the night in her car and in the morning Jordan wakes her up. They then both come inside the house where Jordan sees her broken phone. She tells her that she has a notification from Countdown that says she only has 1 day left. Quinn snatches her phone and Jordan asks her why she is acting so weird. Jordan then checks the app on her phone and understands that she is scared because of this, and she tried to download it, but Quinn stops her. She says she can't stay here as it's not a good time, and this leads to an argument between them and Jordan leaves there. Later, she buys a new phone and gets relieved to see that the Countdown app is not in there, but soon finds that app has downloaded itself onto it. She asks the shop guy about the app, and he tries to delete it, but she then takes her phone back and leaves. She then sees that figure in her car's back camera. But when she looks back, there is no one there, and suddenly she gets attacked by an entity, causing her to crash into another car. A man named Matt then approaches her, whose countdown states he will die in 18 hours. Quinn tells him that the app told her that she violated the user agreement, to which he says it said the same thing to him. Matt gets an old man sitting next to them to download the app so that he can read the user agreement. They learn that the user agreement is broken if the user tries changing their fate. Quinn's trip with her family and Matt taking a train ride, which they both cancelled, should have resulted in their deaths. She and Matt then meets a priest in her hospital and tells him about this, to which he says he is not an expert in this, but he knows someone who might help them with this. Now while they were leaving, Amy stops them and says she wants to talk to her. Matt goes to the washroom where he gets haunted by a ghost. Suddenly the lights go off and Matt notices someone behind him, and then he gets attacked by his brother's ghost. Meanwhile, Quinn learns Sullivan has tricked the staff into thinking she sexually harassed him, resulting in her suspension. She and Matt then consult a priest named Father John, who informs them that the app is linked to a demon named Ajin, who was originally summoned by a Roma woman who told the prince when he would die. But she warns him not to use it to save himself to change his fate. However, the prince sends his little brother instead. But his brother doesn't die. The moment the prince changed his fate, Ajin came for him. But not to kill him, to torment him, right up until the exact moment the gypsy predicted he would die. They both then approach the cell phone salesman Derek and asks for his help in hacking that app. He hacks into the app code and identifies that Quinn's sister Jordan was meant to die shortly before Quinn, then adds several decades to Quinn, Jordan's, and Matt's lives. However, while Matt and Quinn spend the night together, Quinn notices someone outside the door. She tries to wake up Matt, but then Matt enters the room, and the entity attacks Quinn. Matt calms her down, and only then she sees that her countdowns, including Jordan's, reset to their original lifespans. She calls Jordan to warn her about this, and Jordan also gets haunted by Ajin. She comes back to her room and sees that her countdown has been updated. She gets scared and hides under her bed, and then hears her mother's voice, who asks her where is her sister. Then suddenly her bed slips and she is terrorized by a demonic form of her mother. Quinn and Matt reach there and she tells them that there is something in the house. They collect her and return to Father John, who theorizes the curse can be broken if someone dies before their countdown ends or leaves beyond the countdown. They prepare a warding circle in an attempt to delay Ajin, and they see that Matt has only 2 minutes left to live. Suddenly the lights go off and they all get into the circle, and shortly after the demon arrives there. Jordan notices the demon behind them and they all get terrified seeing him. But they see that the demon is not able to get in that circle. It then disappears and Matt sees his brother's toy dinosaur there. He then sees his brother Jeffy standing right in front of him, who lures him outside, and then drags him away. Quinn runs after him to save him but gets injured, and the same thing happens with Jordan. Matt says they did it, but only then a car hits him and he dies as his timer reaches 0. While in grief over Matt's fate, Jordan starts having serious abdominal pain. Realizing her sister is seriously hurt, Quinn rushes Jordan to the hospital. Here her friend Rachel tells her that Dr. Sullivan sexually harassed her too, and she is with her. Quinn realizes she can kill Sullivan before his allotted time and end the curse. She then goes to Dr. Sullivan's room and invites him to the under construction part of the building as a sexual favor in return for her job. Sullivan goes there, and she attempts to attack him and kill him with an overdose injection of morphine, but Jordan stops her and suddenly Ajin saves him. Now when Quinn goes after him, Jordan sees that her countdown has started and the demon starts chasing her. The demon then catches Jordan and throws her through a window into another room. But before it could kill her, Quinn grabs its attention, and as she was about to inject herself, the demon transforms into her mother and tries to stop her. But Quinn does not get influenced and injects herself. The demon lifts her in the air, but Quinn's breath stops and medically she dies before her timer ends and proves the app wrong. That cuts the curse and the demon vanishes. Jordan comes running to her and notices that she is already marked in her arm to inject another medicine named Narcan. She finds a full of Narcan syringe in Quinn's pocket. She injects with it. That brings Quinn to life and their countdown timers stop. After a few days, Quinn with Jordan and their father visits her mother's grave. They seem peaceful and tension-free. Jordan tells them about Sullivan's arrest after more nurses have come forward. Quinn says she has to go to the hospital, but she discovers that an app called Countdown 2.0 has downloaded itself onto her phone. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon never to miss new video updates. Thanks for watching.